Hello, I spent 600 stars from the Arsenal Pass on skins. In this video, I'll tell you which collections I spun, what I got, whether it paid off, and how I got into this adventure. I first played CS in the year 2015 when I bought a key on some website, and back then I didn't have money to turn keys worth $2.50 into skins worth 10 cents and risk money I didn't have. And from that moment, all this time, I just played while having a beer and laughed with my friends who invited me to farm cases. Like, dude, just go, get a job at McDonald's, work for an hour, buy yourself 10 cases, and don't waste your time. So recently, since I got tired of playing Dota, and in another beer-fueled impulse, I started looking at skins. And if the old Top Guns were just reskins, meaning they just took a texture and applied it to the model, there was no work with lighting, no holo, nothing like that. The same AWP Asimov or AWP Dragon Lore, but the new guns now shimmer with various cool effects. And the skins now have all sorts of beauty, like holo effects, like on stickers shimmering at different angles, various glares and reflections, and it looks very beautiful. Aside from the skins, as a developer, I was really impressed by how skillfully Gabin extracts money using the Arsenal Pass. It's simply revolutionary. First of all, the $2.50 recurring paywall has been removed. If before you had to, every time you wanted to open a case, deposit $2.50, or you could, for example, deposit 5, open 2 cases, and next time you had to present the card again, enter the code, confirm the transaction. Now you just deposit the amount once and can spin whatever you want. Secondly, you can buy just 1 pass if you don't have money for 5 at once.
And even if you have... Charlie, no, Charlie.
Secondly, you can buy any number of passes. They will all be farmed simultaneously, and even if you have enough money for all 5, if you don't have it at all, but you just want to try spinning 1 or 2 passes, you play 1 game and see that you got 1 star, 2 stars, you realize that to spin the weapon it's not enough, and just donate more so that next time you can spin for weapons properly in each game. That's how I got baited. Thirdly, the collections have been in rotation for almost a whole year, and after you bought 5 passes, farmed 40 stars on each, opened all of it, and you didn't get the weapon you wanted, or you want another weapon, then it really tempts you to buy 5 more passes and get back into this cycle again. And that's how I fell for this trick 2 more times.
Actually, the first question is which collection to spin.
Initially, I didn't want to spin for stickers as I bought the pass just to add some interesting skins to my gear. But here I had to use some creativity to apply these stickers correctly. It's important to scratch something, Google some sets, crafts. I didn't want to do this tax, I dismissed them. Because this is for amateur investors, farmers, or just some rich people, because with the money you would have to spend to open these cases, you could buy a bunch of weapons, because 5 passes are $80 plus 100 keys, that's another 250. And for that money, you can already buy a restricted tunnel AK-47 from the Overpass collection. You can buy a cute AWP Worm God from the Train collection, or this design mishap. But there won't be enough for the M4A1S Fade. That's the one I wanted to get, because it's the most expensive.
Look what I bought.
No way. Plus, the other skins were quite nice, fit the game's atmosphere. And since the M4 was expensive, the other skins, as soon as sports and leisure fade away, will start to grow. And it seemed to me the most reasonable investment. For example, industrial quality and weapon finish, meaning blue and cyan skins, maintain a balance between colorfulness and realism. I can quite imagine how the MP5 is used as camouflage on some track in a desert region, and it fits well for maps. Dust and Anubis, or this Tech 9 blends well with dirt. The FAMAS has a good military design. For some reason, I associate it with being used. I use some British people, but I have famous Meow, which kind of combine the nicknames, so in this case I'm not very interested in it. The AK-47 and Maxi don't really appeal to me, but they blend well with some forest swamp areas. And for example, on the ancient map, they look magnificent. And looking at the Nova EP 250, I imagine some old aristocrat who sits in his mansion and occasionally goes hunting with these skins. USP and SSG, in my opinion, are too cool for the blue tier. The C camouflage looks just great on the pistol. The SSG is white, bright, colorful, has just the right amount of detail, and pleasantly shimmers with the metallic coating. And my opinion on the purple and pink ones is as follows. These are just good skins, not overloaded with color and anything strange in front of us. In fact, all the stars aligned on the Sport and Leisure collection. Spin once, spin twice, spin 3 times, spin 4 times. Nothing interesting. Everything is like attack everyone else. Blue guns drop even without blues. And then these drops, blue classified Glock AXA with sparkles. Not the coolest float, but even it costs $60 and it practically already covers my 5 passes. Amazed by such luck, I went on to spin more guns. I was just playing Premier, and at the end of each match I spun 1 or 2 guns, showing my friends on Discord. I got all blue, light blue, I equipped a USP, equipped an SSG, updated my gear, so to speak. I realized I didn't have enough for another pink gun, so I went looking for a new target. I came across this flashy deagle. I decided to spin the train until I got it. As luck would have it, the deagle dropped for me at the very end after I had already pulled out all the blue and light blue guns. Some blue ones I got even twice. For example, I got 2 Mac-10s, 2 Galils with cool calligraphy. I think it suits the terrorists very well, but I'm not sure if it means anything. So if you know what it is, write it in the comments. Well, I also got a cute shotgun with a Glock. I spun the charms a bit more. I wanted to get some kind of beautiful cat in an interesting color like red, purple or mint, but I got a cup. I attached it to my dirty M4. In my opinion, the M4 is also too good for blue quality. If increased wear added more rust to the skin, then factory new would cost less than field tested. Then, with these 5 passes, I went to try my luck on the Fade M4. But nothing interesting came up. Only at the end I got a 5.7 with a heat treatment, with not a very cool float, not new, more like old. But since there was nothing else, I also added it to my equipment. Then a complete fiasco happened. I watched videos on investment topics in CS, learned about your City 14, the case growth boom in CS2 and on primes, about your gamma dopplers and other joys, and I decided to trade something. I started quite looking for where I could actually do this. I checked all my favorite sites, but the problem was that either I didn't have enough from my skins to trade for something interesting, or the skins I wanted to get rid of were in oversupply, or the prices were too low. That's why other people can buy what you drop for a very low price. I also tried to find some sites similar to Dota 2 Lounge. For some reason, CSGO Lounge turned out to be closed. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any other peer-to-peer platforms where users can trade directly with each other. After that, I went to the Steam discussion, posted all sorts of different announcements, wrote specifically what I wanted to trade for what, wrote what I wanted to get, just wrote open inventory, and no one accepted my trades. But one day I sent a trade where I exchanged a couple of decent stickers and a bunch of Mongolian ones for a couple of my charms and a few guns. And in the end, the person accepted this trade, and only then did I realize that all these Team Mongol skins for 0.11 actually cost 0.3 in Steam, and only sometimes for some reason they sell for 0.11. And it was all because of a browser extension that showed prices in Steam. And it turned out that it doesn't take the current prices in Steam first, but takes the prices for which you can buy these skins from this site. That's why I made an incorrect offer, and the person kind of scammed me by accident, although in fact I scammed myself. Also, someone tried to send me player stickers from Dota, although in Dota they are worth absolutely nothing. Someone just tried to get all my skins for nothing and so on. In short, there were scam trades. Except for scamming myself, I didn't manage to trade anything. And in the end, I even traded my Deagle, which I really wanted to get. At this point, the first 5 passes This ran out. I bought 5 more. I enjoyed destroying pink guns. I played and spun as well, and then it started. A classified rainbow was revealed after field tests. Bam. 2 banned Arctic tricolors. Bam. One slightly worn, the other straight from the factory. 2 banned, slightly worn UMP 45s. Bam. And all this from one pack from 5 passes. So literally for 10 guns, I bought my entire pass and theoretically bought the next one too. And with the remaining 12 stars, I spun 4 keychains. I got 2 blue ones and 1 banana, which I hung on the UMP, and a salty guy, which I hung on the rainbow Galil. Not McFate, of course, but still a decent plus. I started to develop a theory. After all, Valve, just like CS, made Dota and Rouse chests. In Dota, and in these chests, there is pseudo-randomness, and the chance of this pseudo-randomness is specified for rare items. If such pseudo-randomness for rare items exists in Dota, then why wouldn't it be in Counter-Strike? And here I started to believe that my chances of getting an M4 are quite good, since I once managed to pull a rare item with a 1 in 40 chance. Actually, why wouldn't I get an M4? I thought if every 5 passes I already got a restricted weapon, then why wouldn't I get another one in the next 200? If I keep spinning for the M4, I might get another duplicate restricted weapon, a Glock or a Galil, before the M4. If I get them, what should I do with them? It's better to spin some other collection first. If I get a pink gun there, then I'll have 3 pink guns, and if I get a red one right away, I won't be upset. That would also be a good result. I was so sure that I would get it that I even came up with a plan. If I get some kind of red gun, then I'll just go spin for stickers and charms, as they are the most profitable things. Plus, with the purchase of the third set of 5 passes, I had a lot of free time for streaming, and I decided to do something interesting. Actually, my strategy for the promotion was to farm 200 stars and then open them all at once. I also announced that for every $1 of drop, I would lift 15 kilograms of dumbbells. That's what I did. Bought passes, streamed for several weeks, made announcements, launched the last stream. There, I played the last game, a couple of people gathered, mostly my acquaintances. And now the long-awaited moment of the spin. Before the spin, we did a fashion verdict for the train collection, then started spinning. I spun, my dog spun.
This is Charlie. He got a nice haircut today. Charlie, come on, paw on the mouse. Charlie, calm down.
Press the button. Come on, Charlie. How was he twitching?
Charlie got Charlie, tried the other paw. That one was a lucky Charlie. Brasili wants to get away from me. Actually, up. Well, this paw is luckier. Shall we roll the 4th? Okay, we won't.
My girlfriend spun it, and guess what came up?
Ooh, I'm purple.
For 5 stars, it's very little. The Chrome extension showed that the price of my inventory increased by $3.50. I did 4 embarrassing lifts and turned off. I finished shooting the video, reviewed my inventory. In total, it is now worth about $250. I spent about the same on 15 passes, so overall I am slightly in the red, considering I recently bought something else. Plus I had something else before I started buying these passes, and I reviewed how much I got from the passes I bought last. There, in total, it's $25 to $86 of drop, so I'm paying off the debt on the bits. In conclusion, about 5 cool guns in the inventory, a bunch of duplicates. If you want to trade, the link is in the comments. There is no pseudo-randomness like in Dota, at least not for each collection like in CS, or the odds there are not at all like in Dota. Basically, I'm about breaking even, maybe a little ahead, and what if I buy 5 more passes? The result is unknown. So here's my first video. If you liked it and want more videos, then like, subscribe and join the streams. Bye.